Welcome to part 2 of this Triple H themed Q&A here at the Unlimited YouTube channel and Facebook group page. If you want questions answered in a future Q&A video, go to the WPW or Wrestling Unlimited Facebook pages and post questions there in response to the status that asks for them. Let's get started with part 2. Alec Costival, would it make more sense if The Undertaker buried people? Yes. The master of the buried alive match. The master of being the dead man. It would pretty much make a whole lot more sense if The Undertaker did. To be fair, Undertaker helped talents more than he hurt them. Honestly, I mean, Triple H didn't really hurt that many talents. I know John Cena did, but The Undertaker didn't. The Undertaker's one of those guys where if you faced him, your career was set. I mean, see Randy Orton. Triple H completely buried the hell out of Randy Orton in 2004 and in early part of 2005. And The Undertaker took that and said, you know what? I'm going to make you a star in one match. Just one match. And they wound up having 3 matches. And from that moment, Randy Orton was a star. So, yeah, it would make more sense. But, yeah. What happened to Triple H's servants? If you're talking about the ones from WrestleMania 30, a couple of them are on the main roster. Why can't Triple H dress like he did in the mid-90s? I mean, why not? You're right, why not? Something different, return to it, why not? Should torn quads be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. If torn quads could tag with another injury, what would it be? Psycho Sid's broken leg. Either Sid's broken leg or Sin Cara's torn patellar tendon. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Discuss. An overused feud. There you go. Favorite Triple H quad tear moment. This comes from Brian Collinari. Nothing could replace his first one. Nothing could replace the moment where Triple H tried to break up the walls of Jericho and tore his quad on the fall. When is Triple H giving me a world title match? Alec Costival, again, where would Triple H be without Shawn Michaels? Probably still a top guy in WWE. I don't really think he needed Shawn Michaels to be number 1. I mean, he worked the way he did. Like, Shawn was just an added bonus, in my opinion. Triple H probably could have been a top guy in WWE without Shawn Michaels. Dylan Messerschmidt, just how much better is his Oh, I answered this already. Why do you think The Chaperone is a good movie when it isn't? You know, I liked it. It was alright. The story was very basic. It was very generic. It was very plain. They didn't do a lot of elements to add to it, which is the reason why it went straight to DVD. But yeah, I mean, it was a good sit-through, but the story itself was kind of basic and plain and generic. What is your obsession with straight-to-DVD movies? When did I have an obsession with straight-to-DVD movies? I say I like one movie, and all of a sudden I have an obsession. Like, really? Come on. What the hell was with the knee-length tights he wore that one time? I'm trying to remember when that was. Was that in 2002 or 3? Yeah, I honestly don't remember. Do you think he ever tried to smell Ric Flair? What? No. Thoughts on Terra Rising? Next question. Walter Main. When do you think Triple H will retire from active competition? WrestleMania 33, hopefully. Yeah, WrestleMania 33. I'll just take a guess. If you could have Triple H wrestle one match against someone he hasn't faced, who would it be? I mean, one of the answers is Seth Rollins. Probably a Dean Ambrose. I mean, they've wrestled as a tag team. They've never wrestled one-on-one capacity. So those would be two. Kevin Owens. If you turned a Triple H face or Kevin Owens face, that could really work. Bray Wyatt, if Bray Wyatt was a face. I mean, he could still face some guys that he hasn't. Those would really be good matches, in my opinion. What is better, Triple H's in-ring skills or his mic skills? You know, his in-ring skill, it's not great. It's kind of basic, but it works. I think his mic skills over time grew, and that's what I love about Triple H. He can actually cut a damn good promo. It's just a shame that a lot of his promos today are the ones he uses every single week as the authority guy. So, you know, if he put a little more creativity in his promos today, he'd be a better mic guy, excuse me. But I think that his mic skills are probably better. Would Triple H have been a good choice to play Thor? Yes. He's got the hair. He's got the look for it. He's got the physique, so why not? Is Triple H overrated, underrated, or appropriately rated? I think he's overrated. Even though his mic skills are good, I wouldn't say they're that good. Even though his in-ring skills are decent, I wouldn't call them great. And there are a lot of matches that he's competed in that he should have lost that he won. So I still don't understand how he's a legend in WrestleMania history when he's not that great at WrestleMania events. So yeah, I think he's overrated, honestly. Could Triple H show up to wrestle on an episode of NXT to put over one of his guys? It wouldn't hurt. Hell, NXT, let's say he doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania, even though it's obvious he is. Let's just say none of this ever happened. None of this ever happened. Him winning the title never happened. NXT TakeOver Dallas, Finn Balor versus Triple H. That's all you need. Triple H can put Balor over. Balor could be set to go to the main roster. That's it. Honestly. I think that could work. With Triple H, who should Triple H have put over that he didn't? Sting. Honestly, Sting is an example because, you know, I understand. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, I got it. I understand that Sting came up with the idea of him losing the match, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to like it. So I think that, in my opinion, if I was running the show, Sting's going over. Because that could have potentially been his last match. His first and last WWE match. So, if I'm having Sting come into WrestleMania, I'm having him come in with a bang and having him win the damn match. That's just me. Brett Litke, do you think Triple H has ever choked on the water in his entrance before he spit it out and the cameras just never caught it? I'm sure it's happened. You never know, at house shows it could have happened. That could have been hysterical to watch on television. Brett Litke again, will Triple H ever... Oh, I answered that already. Do you think Triple H screams really aggressively when he has sex, and do his children get any sleep? So what this means, I'm going to stick it in your vagina. I might stick it in your butt. Anyway. Yes, to answer your question. What was the absolute peak of the Triple H character? Probably in 2002 when he was pretty much the most hated man in wrestling. Honestly. Triple H with long hair or short, Which is the better look? Long. Do you think Triple H likes Chinese food? Sure, why not? Is Triple H really to blame for the failure of the Summer of Punk post-August? He is part of the blame. He did beat Punk at Night of Champions, and Punk even acknowledged this himself. That wasn't a good move. It wasn't a smart move. Triple H should have lost. Should have put Punk over. But then again, WWE ruined the whole angle to begin with by having Punk appear 8 days after he left. So, yeah. What the hell is with... Oh, I freaking answered that already. I didn't sort out these questions, so I'm sorry. His first name is Paul. So is Paul Heyman. How often do those two argue about who is the better Paul? Probably all the time. Probably all the time, honestly. Matthew Mullins finishes it off. Why does everyone blame Triple H for stars getting buried when it's actually Vince in charge of creative, not Triple H? It's a good point. But then again, you also have to realize that this is Triple H, this is God. He has a say. And for those of you who don't think he does, then why is he the COO of the company? Why does he have an executive position in the company? Why does he have his own office at WWE headquarters? Think of that. Will Triple H face John Cena again at WrestleMania? I'm sure he'll face John Cena again at WrestleMania. I don't think so. Maybe a SummerSlam match or a Survivor Series match, but I'm sure that they'll face off again. I don't know when. I don't know why, but they might. Who knows? Thank you for submitting questions for both parts 1 and 2 of this Triple H-themed Q&A. I'll be back soon with another one, is all I can tell you about when the next Q&A will be.